I never thought I'd be the guy asking strangers on Reddit if I'm wrong, but here we are. Last Tuesday, I called off my wedding, and now half my family won't speak to me. My ex-fiancée is saying I destroyed her life, and honestly, I need to know if I'm actually the villain here. Hey everyone, if you're new to the channel, who's the villain? AITA, please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any updates on this mess. Also, drop a comment and let me know what city you're watching from. I'd love to know where all the support is coming from right now, because I really need it. So, context. I'm 32, and my fiancée, let's call her Emma, is 29. We've been together for 4 years, engaged for 8 months. We met at a friend's barbecue back in 2021, and honestly, it felt like one of those movie moments. She was funny, smart, had this infectious laugh that made everyone around her smile. We moved in together after a year and a half, and I proposed at the same beach where we had our first real date. Everything felt right, you know? Emma works in marketing for a tech startup. I'm an accountant. Yeah, I know, boring, but it pays well. We always kept our finances separate, which honestly never bothered me. She'd pay for her stuff, I'd pay for mine, and we'd split rent and groceries 50-50. It worked. Or at least I thought it worked. About 10 months ago, I brought up the idea of combining our finances after marriage. Not immediately, but eventually. You know, joint accounts, shared financial planning, the whole married couple thing. Emma got weird about it, like really defensive. She said she valued her independence, that her mom always told her to keep her own money, that it was a feminist thing. I didn't push it, because honestly, I'm not the kind of guy who needs to control everything. If she wanted separate accounts, whatever. We could figure it out. The wedding was set for December 14th. We'd already sent out invitations to 150 people. I'd put down an $8,000 deposit on the venue, a gorgeous vineyard about 2 hours outside the city. My parents chipped in $15,000 for the whole thing, and Emma said her parents were contributing too, though she was kind of vague about how much. We'd spent months planning this thing. I'm talking about tastings, flower arrangements, seating charts, the whole nightmare. Emma wanted this big, beautiful wedding, and I wanted to give it to her. About 3 weeks ago, Emma started acting strange, really strange. She'd get jumpy when her phone buzzed. She'd leave the room to take calls. One night, I woke up at like 2 a.m., and she wasn't in bed. She was in the living room on her laptop, and when I asked what she was doing, she slammed it shut and said she was just checking work emails. At 2 a.m. on a Saturday. I'm not usually a suspicious person, but something felt off. I asked her straight up, "Em, is everything okay? Are you having second thoughts about the wedding?" And she looked me dead in the eye and said, "No, babe, I'm just stressed with work. You know how it is." I believed her because I wanted to believe her. Then last Monday happened. I was homesick with a nasty cold, fever, the works. Emma had left for work early. I was on the couch feeling miserable when the doorbell rang. I figured it was a package, but when I opened the door, it was a guy in a suit. Professional-looking dude, maybe mid-40s, with a folder under his arm. "Are you Jake Morrison?" he asked. That's not my real name, obviously. "Yeah, who's asking?" "I'm looking for Emma Chen. Is she available?" I told him she was at work, and he could try her cell. That's when he said something that made my blood run cold. "I'm from Hudson & Associates. We're a debt collection agency. Miss Chen has been avoiding our calls for 6 months regarding an outstanding balance of $47,000. I literally felt the floor drop out from under me. $47,000. I must have looked like I was about to pass out, because the guy actually asked if I needed to sit down. I took his card, told him I'd have Emma call him, and closed the door. Then, I just stood there in my pajamas, shaking. I called Emma immediately. It went to voicemail. I called again. Voicemail. I sent a text. We need to talk. Now. A debt collector just showed up at our door. Call me back. She didn't respond for 3 hours. 3 hours of me sitting there, spiraling, thinking about every weird moment over the past few months. When she finally called back, she was crying. Jake, I can explain. Please don't freak out. But I was already freaking out. I asked her to come home, like immediately. She said she couldn't leave work. I said, Emma, a debt collector showed up at our house saying you owe $47,000. You're coming home now. She got home around 6 p.m. I'd spent the entire day feeling like I was going to throw up. When she walked in, her eyes were red, mascara smudged. She looked terrified. We sat down at the kitchen table and I said, start talking. Here's what came out. Emma has $47,000 in credit card debt. Not student loans, not medical bills, credit cards. She'd been carrying this debt for years, apparently since before we even met. She said it started small, a few thousand here and there, but it snowballed. She'd been making minimum payments, but the interest was killing her. The debt collectors started calling about 6 months ago because she'd missed 3 consecutive payments. I was stunned. Why didn't you tell me? I was ashamed, she sobbed. I didn't want you to think I was irresponsible. I thought I could handle it on my own. We're about to get married, Emma. This affects both of us now. That's when she dropped the second bomb. She'd maxed out 3 more credit cards in the last year. The total debt was actually closer to $68,000. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. $68,000. That's more than I make in a year before taxes. I asked her what the hell she'd been buying, and she got defensive, saying it was lifestyle stuff. Clothes, dinners out, trips with her friends, a designer handbag she needed for work, cosmetic treatments. She said she'd been trying to keep up appearances because everyone in her office was so polished and put together. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. While I'd been saving every penny, planning for our future, putting money into a down payment fund for a house, she'd been secretly drowning in debt and hiding it from me. Did your parents give you any money for the wedding? I asked. She looked down. No, I told them we had it covered. So, that $12,000 you said they contributed? I put it on another credit card. I honest to God thought I was going to have a heart attack, right there. She'd gone deeper into debt for a wedding. She'd lied to my face about her parents' contribution. She'd been lying for months, maybe years. I asked her why she didn't tell me sooner, why she let it get this bad. She said she kept thinking she'd get a promotion, or a bonus, or win the lottery or something. That she'd figure it out. That if she told me, I'd leave her. And that's the moment I realized. She was right to think that. I told her I needed time to think, and I went to my brother's place for the night. I couldn't even look at her. My brother, Chris, 35, listened to the whole story, and his first question was, "Does this change how you feel about her?" And honestly, yeah.